Jerome Lambert, coach, fighter, family man. He's not just fighting in the ring, he's rebuilding it. He's on a mission to bring boxing back to Racine, to save lives, to create legacy, and to prove that fighting doesn't end when the bell rings. This is Jerome Lambert, and this is Faye's Fight Club. This is Faye from Faye's Fight Club. I'm here with Jerome Lambert. We have a special show for you today. We are at Boxing Saves Lives Gym. Hi, Jerome.
Hello.
Hi. So how's it going?
It's going good. It's going great. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be a part of this interview. I love the show. So
Good.
To be a part of this.
Very good. So Jerome, for everyone at home, tell us your full name and how this journey started for you.
Well, my name is Jerome Jordan Lambert, and this journey started when I was just young. I was about 14 years old. I was at home, bored one day, just flipping through channels, and I came across a boxing match, and it was a very good boxing match. Paul Williams versus Sergio Martinez won.
Oh, yeah.
And it was just like explosive, and like I ended up watching the whole thing, and after I seen it, and I'm like, wow, like I want to do something like that. I would love to get in front of a bunch of people, have people cheering my name, and the crowd going crazy. I would love that. So I talked to my father. I said, Dad, I need you to find me a boxing gym, and he found me a boxing gym, and here we are today.
Oh my goodness. So how old were you again?
I was about 14 years old.
About 14.
Yeah,
So
14 years old.
You've been doing this a little while then.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a very long time. Yeah.
And so then you progressed. Let me know your record. What's your record right now?
Right now, my professional record is 4-1.
4-1.
4-1. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So when you started, what gym were you out of at that time?
I started at the Racine Boxing Club.
Oh, I've heard of that. Yes. Okay.
I started off at the
I don't think
Racine
that's any longer.
No, they're not around no more.
Okay.
Fortunately, but yeah, that's where I started. Yep.
Wonderful. A lot of people came from that
Yeah,
gym.
yeah.
It was a great gym.
Yes, great gym.
A lot of winners out of that
Great
one. A
gym.
lot of champs. Wonderful. So tell me about how things progressed for you, because I know that you are the founder of Boxing Saves Lives.
Yeah. So, well, you know, it's been a very interesting journey. You know, like the thing about me is self-want. It's always been there. Like I've always wanted this. You know, I love the sport, and I just always wanted to do this. So I just was like, you know, I made up my mind. I'm like, I'm gonna do this, and here we are today.
Yeah.
You know, it's like just dedication.
Who was your first coach?
Joe.
Joe.
Yes.
I wonder
Joe.
if I think I knew him. Yeah.
Joe, awesome person,
Yeah.
And you know, when we was kids, like I was like, Joe, you know, I talked to him. I was like, Joe, am I gonna be good? He said, you're gonna be good, but you gotta work.
Yeah.
You gotta put it. You gotta work hard.
Right.
And it just stuck with me. I'm like, Joe said I would be good, so he said just work, and I just remembered that, and you know, may his soul rest in peace.
Yes.
You know? Like,
I knew him. I actually, I remember.
yes.
So take me to the first time you stepped in the ring. Like, how was that for you?
First time I stepped in the ring, you see, I didn't necessarily understand the mental part of it yet, and I'm thinking like it's like a fight. So like, and the first time I stepped in there, you know, we stepped in there with the more experienced guy, and so I was just kind of like just trying to throw him, and then I kind of got a little bit of that humble pie, and I'm like, whoa, like, you know, this is more than just trying to get in here and throw punches. It's got to be smart, you know,
Right.
got to be in shape, got to work hard,
Right.
you know, so. Yeah.
It's not about just getting in there and, you know.
Yeah, it's not, yeah.
You have to be smart and
Get smart and in shape.
right, and in shape.
Yeah.
So tell me about the difference between what boxing meant to you when you first started versus now, having the years behind you. And
Oh, see, when I first started, it was more so like an ego thing too. Like I'm like, man, I don't want nobody to be able to think they could just mess with me. You know what I'm saying? And it just kept progressing from there. And then as I got deeper into the game, you know, I just kept evolving, and as I got more mature, and I'm like, you know what, I want to also become a champion.
Right.
I want to be great.
Right.
You know, I want to make a lot of noise. And
you
know,
are making a lot of noise.
Especially when I seen what that hard work does.
Right.
You know, so and I just kept going. I just kept going, and I'm like, man, I love that feeling of getting my hand raised.
Yes.
And yeah, it's an awesome feeling.
So take me back to when you fought at Golden Gloves.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, the first time I fought at Golden Gloves, I got whooped.
Did you
that
really?
First year,
I'm shocked here.
I got beat up. You know, and that's the thing about the amateurs. You know, you learn. It's a lesson. You know what I'm saying? I was not the best amateur in the world.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't the best amateur in the world. I took a lot of losses. You know, but I call them lessons. You know what I'm saying?
I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt, but for those out there, because I know that there are boxers, there's fighters, whether it's MMA or whatever, who their record right now is not showing their future potential. What do you say to them? Because just like you, I mean, I'm really interested in knowing more about that, because you persevered, you went through that, and you stayed with it, and look at your record now, and look at how big you've become. I mean, in the whole city of Racine, if you haven't heard Jerome in boxing, you've been under a rock. So, I mean, his name is well known out there. He's really shaking things up, and so I'm just, we're really proud of you, Jerome, to be honest with you. But what do you say to that person out there who's got a record, who's, you know, doesn't have those wins?
I say keep working.
Yeah.
You know, keep pushing, keep striving. Take it as a lesson. Don't take the loss to heart, and just keep pushing.
Yes.
Because that's what you have to do in this sport.
Right.
You have to keep pushing and learn from your mistakes.
Right.
Because if you keep making the same mistakes, it's like you're gonna keep getting the same results. If you don't put your all into it, you're gonna come up short, because while you may not be putting your all into it, somebody else is somewhere putting their all into it, and you might come across that person one day.
Right.
So it's like,
so put all the work in, learn the techniques, and work for the stamina and that.
Yes.
And then you know, coaching probably helps as well.
Yes. You have to have knowledgeable people and people that really care about you in their corner. That is very vital in boxing.
Yes.
You have to have somebody that really cares about your well-being in there.
Yes.
Because it makes all the difference in the world, you know.
I can imagine.
And not only they have to care about you, but they have to tell you the truth.
Yes.
24/7. You have to hear the truth. If you're not looking that good, and they constantly telling you, oh, you're looking good, you're doing good.
Yes.
But you're really not in all reality.
Right.
You gonna.
It's gonna show in the ring.
Yeah, it's gonna show. It's gonna show.
And yes, I agree with that. And you're a coach now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So look at that.
Also coaching. Yep. I coach the youth. I love it. I love giving back. You know, because I know boxing. I named my club Boxing Saved Lives.
I was just gonna ask that.
Yeah.
Why did you come up with that name?
Because boxing saved my life. You know, like honestly, I don't know what I would be doing if I wasn't boxing. You know, like honestly, boxing kept me out of so much trouble. There's been times where I know people that got in trouble and things happened, and I was in the boxing gym while it was happening. So, you know, and I know in all reality, if I wasn't in the boxing gym, I probably would have been right there with that person in trouble, you know, or doing something that ain't supposed to be doing.
Are you from Racine, Wisconsin?
Yes.
You born and raised?
Yes. I wasn't born here. I was born in Waukegan, but I've lived here mostly all my life.
Okay. Yeah. One thing about Racine is you can get lost in this city.
Yeah, definitely.
People think it's a small city between, you know, Chicago and Milwaukee, and that it just doesn't, you know, matter. But you can honestly get lost in this city. There's a lot going on here, and if you're not on that right path, you can really.
Boom.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. So you have a fight coming up, right?
Well, we're in talks, but like, you know, at the same time, It's not certified yet, but
Okay.
it's like still, I'm always getting ready. I'm always trying to become a better version of myself. So I'm always in the gym. I'm always constantly working because I know that time is gonna come where I enter the ring again.
Typically, how long do they give you to prepare for a fight?
Well, it all depends. You see,
Okay.
the program is very different. The
Mhm.
program is very different. You can get calls for the opportunity.
Mhm.
You can,
And you have to take it.
yeah, in some cases, but sometimes, you know, the program, a lot of people don't know about the program, is very dark.
Oh.
You know, sometimes these guys, these promoters and things, they'll have game plans set up. They won't hit you up until you got like 2 weeks or something, or a week before the fight. Hey, can you fight my guy? This guy done known about the fight for about 8 weeks. He got a whole full training camp.
Right.
So that's why I'm like,
You gotta
stay
be
ready.
selective.
Yeah, you have to in a way, and
Okay.
you gotta stay ready. So you ain't really gotta get ready. You know,
Okay.
like it's just like it's a lifestyle, not a hobby. I tell people all the time, boxing is a lifestyle. It's not a hobby. I tell my students all the time, I'm like, look, you're a boxer. You're not an average citizen no more. You
Right.
can't live like everybody else. You can't eat and indulge and do everything and skip out on workouts and stuff like everybody else. Because while you doing that, the future opponent might be somewhere working.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the truth. That's the truth. I see that, and like you said, it shows in the ring. And you know, if you're maybe going out there and you know eating things you shouldn't, or drinking things you shouldn't, or doing things to your body that you shouldn't, then it's gonna show. So you have to have discipline. I'm sure, right?
Yep. And that's what one of my coaches always taught me. He said, hey, play around when you want. The truth gonna come out in the ring.
Absolutely.
It's gonna come out in the ring.
That sounds like a smart man.
You can say what you want to say, and shout out to my coaches. Matter of fact, Coach Adrian Rowan and Coach Danny Mangusas.
Okay, nice.
Coach Danny Mangusas Nueves. You know.
So these are your mentors and your coaches.
Yes, coach. Yes.
Okay.
You know, mentors
Wonderful.
and coaches. Yep.
So how do you prepare now for a big fight when that's coming up? Do you stay ready all the time, or do you really put in more right before the fight?
Well, yeah, like you see, my thing is I'm always working to try to become the best version of me. But at the same time, it's like I'll maybe put on a few pounds, but you see, I make sure I keep my eyes on that scale, and I don't ever get 10 pounds over the weight class that I'm about to fight, like, because you know it's like,
because it's hard.
Yeah, it's
hard.
hard. Yeah, it's hard to cut, and then you'll find yourself, instead of working on the skills like you're supposed to, you'll be, I call it fat camp, trying to lose weight. You know, like, man, no, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So I always make sure I'm strict on myself. Jerome, you know what I'm saying? I'm checking that scale. You know, I'm meal prep 24/7.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, like I only give myself about 1 or 2 cheat meals a week, and then it's just like.
Actually, I'm kind of on that right now, so I can I can attest to this too. I stay within 10 pounds, but I'm 10 pounds up right now, so so I'm in the cutting mode because of summer's coming, you know, spring's coming, so you know. But yeah, you can't just eat what you want. I see all these wonderful meals around here. I saw the other day somebody's eating hot Cheetos on a bagel mixed with cream cheese, and I'm like, what? Like, no. So it is a lot of skipping out on things, but having that discipline all year round, so you're not too far off. Yeah.
But staying disciplined, it makes the victory that much beautiful. It makes everything that much more worth it. You know, so that's another reason why I love staying disciplined.
Yeah. So in the gym, what would you say your training looks like within the gym? How many hours are you training when you're?
I'm in the gym working on my skills, training about 3.5 hours.
Wow.
2 hours. 2 hours. You know, some days it's like like I'm a big guy on listening to your body, but at the same time, because you know. That's how injuries happen. You're trying to push it too hard, but at the same time, I know you gotta push. No pain, no gain. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's all about setting up the rest days properly. Also, so I set up my rest days really precise on that. You know, I'm like, okay, well, today. You know, we're gonna just work this, we're gonna work that,
Mm-hmm.
and different things. You know,
Right.
you can't just go in going nuts every day,
Right.
beating on the body. You know what I'm saying? I might have a day where I'm like, okay, well, I'm not gonna really hit no bags, but I need to work on my footwork. I gotta get my
Yes.
angles together. You know what I'm saying? So I have them days where I'm working on the ladder, I'm working on my footwork, doing a lot of shadow boxing. I have the days where I'm beating on the bags, and you know, so
Right.
it's
So you change
you know,
it up. Okay.
change it up, keep the body
Sometimes
confused.
what they call the mitt work, I think, or
Yep,
pad work.
mid
Yeah.
work, yep.
Okay.
Pad
So
work,
good.
You know, so
Good.
it's just, yeah.
So you just really keep.
I just
Pretty
keep
feet.
at it. Yeah, I just keep
Uh-huh.
at it, you know.
So what? Switching gears again into the Boxing Saves Lives. What made you go ahead and start training other people?
Well, like I got into it when I was young. I started like helping out and teaching the kids because like I seen what boxing did for me.
Yeah.
You know, like not only like did it keep me out of trouble, but it changed my mindset on a lot of things. It showed me the reality of life.
Yes.
Like honestly, like because as I got into boxing, it showed me like, you know, whatever you do, you're gonna get in what you put in.
Right.
If you playing around,
Yeah.
you're gonna get the results
Yeah.
that you really don't want.
Right.
But if you're taking it serious, like life, if you're taking life serious and you're doing what you gotta do, you're gonna get somewhere with it. And that's what boxing taught me, and I'm like, this is so beautiful. I want to teach it to other people.
Right.
You know.
And it's that, I think, consistency,
Consistency is the key.
right?
Consistency is the key, and you know, discipline. Discipline and consistency.
I know even for me, like, I can attest to that too. I mean, when you first start at something, whatever it is, and you stick with it year after year, and you know, you just move up that ladder, you know, and you're in the same boat. You're moving up and you're progressing,
exactly.
and you know, and like I said, we're all so proud of you. We
appreciate it.
you know, people look up to you if you didn't know that, and
I
if you
appreciate
did know, you should know. But a
appreciate
lot of people in Racine, they really value you and look up to you in this. So
And that's the part of the reason why I do this and I go as hard as I go, because it's like I do want to be that person that kids look up to and they can see. Like more so, I want to be an example. Like, okay, you can get yourself where you want to get if you, as long as you dedicate it. It's all on you. At the same time, nobody can just, you know, the victory's not just gonna come. The good things that come with this is not gonna just come. You have to go out there and get it.
right, you could have a dream, but it's not going to happen if you
If
just
you ain't working on it,
yeah,
it's not gonna happen
exactly.
if you ain't gonna work on it.
Nice. So recently, and I'm so sorry, tell us the name of, you had a fight, like the bouts that you had, and I think you set that up at the
Southside Center at the Bryson.
Yes.
That's actually where I won Golden Gloves. I named
Really?
it. Yeah, I named it Racine Rumble.
Okay.
Racine Rumble, and actually we're planning to throw another one July 12th.
Wonderful.
So, yeah, we're gonna
I'll
get
be
another
there.
one going July 12th. You know,
Okay.
because at the same time I want to give my town, my people, I want to bring it back to Racine.
Right.
I really want to bring boxing, amateur boxing back. Pro boxing,
Yes.
you know, everything. You know,
That's
I
how
really
I
want to
feel.
bring this back because it's a beautiful sport. It's a beautiful sport, and it can change all our lives.
Yeah,
you know?
yes,
it can
absolutely.
Change, it can change your life if you really stick to it and dedicate yourself and stay disciplined and stay consistent. It can change your life.
Absolutely. I'll definitely be there.
All right.
And it was really such a great program that you had put together, and it was just phenomenal. It just flowed so nice. I kept telling everybody, and it was. I mean, we're just thankful that you're bringing that back.
Yes. It was definitely a great experience. A huge shout out to our LBC, our boxing commission here.
Wonderful.
They helped me, and without them, the event wouldn't happen. So
Right.
I just want to really say thank you to them.
Okay.
That meant a lot for them, and all the help that we got, they helped make it happen.
It was great, and I'm glad that we're bringing it back, or
Mhm.
you're bringing it back.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
And then
Also,
I'll be there with you know.
And the beauty of it too also is other people
Mhm.
starting to really do their part too, and bring
Yes.
and help bring it back, because it's like at the same time it's like a lot of people sometimes they get this game twisted. They think like, you know, they're more for themselves. See,
Mhm.
I'm not for myself. I'm for the people.
Exactly.
You know, like, yeah, I'm trying to get my accolades. That's for me.
Right.
But at the same time, like I said, I know the beauty of boxing, and I know what it does for people.
Yeah.
And I want to just bring light to that and try to help as many people as I can in a positive way through the sport of boxing.
Wonderful. And I'll be there to document it.
Appreciate you.
So, tell me what's your favorite memory of being in the ring?
A favorite memory?
Was there any
Golden
special?
Gloves.
Really?
Golden Gloves. The finals of Golden Gloves. Like the whole thing, because like I was young coming in. I was a senior in high school. You know, I wasn't really. I was like hit or miss sometimes. Like in my division, like sometimes I would do good, sometimes I would get whooped, sometimes I would do good, sometimes I would get whooped. So I was kind of slept on. And
Right.
the tournament, it was packed. That
Really?
year I won, it was packed. I fought 3 weekends in a row.
Wow.
So like I swear it just felt like a movie, like because like the guy, yeah, it was so cool to me. It was like so cool, like because it was it was some drama. It was
Oh
like
my goodness.
all type of stuff going
Yeah.
on, and one of my best friends, may his soul rest in peace. On the finals, we both won the finals, and it was so awesome. It was so awesome. He won heavyweight, I won 165.
Wonderful.
And it was just awesome. And like the guy that I fought for the finals, it was so crazy. Like he had all his guys there. I had like my whole family there. Like, and it was just
cheering
like,
and going crazy for you. Yeah.
And like it was so beautiful, because that fight was like very scary for me, because the guy was so muscle bound and stuff, and he punched me with a really good punch, and I was just like, my legs was gone, but I played it off. I played it off, and I kept fighting out, and I'm like, I didn't know if I was gonna win or lose.
Right.
And I'm just like, when they said my name, I just lit up.
Wow.
It was just like, it was one of
That's
the best.
great.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
a great feeling. It was a great
So how do you keep going through that when you're in pain or you're tired and you just keep
You bite down, you weather the storm. You like, this is what we signed up for. This is what we do. So you gotta just keep going. Survival, you know, you gotta keep moving.
So it's mental.
It's
Just
mental.
keep pushing.
You gotta be like, no,
Yeah.
no, I'm not going down.
When you're in there and you do get hit,
Mhm.
I mean, you feel that, right?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Your adrenaline's
Yes.
there,
I-
but you still feel that.
Yes, you feel it. I've been through it all in the ring. I've been
Yeah.
knocked out before. I've been stopped before. You know, it's like you have to keep going, and you gotta just push yourself.
But
and
that
like,
adrenaline helps a little,
yeah,
I hope.
it does. It does. It does.
Yeah.
It does. But at the same time, you have to make up your mind mentally. Like, this is what I'm in here for.
Yeah.
This is what I'm doing. Because I've seen it's guys sometimes that you see them get hit, and they like, I don't want to get hit like that no more. I'm done.
I've
You know?
seen people, they don't come back out of the corner.
Yeah, like,
It's like,
Mhm.
and it's like, nope, that's it, and then they'll
Mhm.
call it,
yeah. So
Yeah, it's tough.
Mhm.
It's tough.
It gets very tough mentally.
Yeah. So speaking of which, you said it was, going to Golden Glove. It was almost like a movie.
Mm-hmm.
If someone was gonna play you in a movie, who would you choose?
Ooh, I'm not gonna lie. My person I would choose. I would love if we could time machine it. I gotta go young Denzel.
Oh,
I gotta go young Denzel Washington. Young Denzel Washington
Yes.
for sure.
Yes.
That's my favorite actor.
Yeah,
That's my
he's great.
favorite actor.
He's a great actor for sure.
Yes.
Yep.
Denzel
So
Washington.
Denzel, there you go.
Denzel.
So another question: what was your hardest fight outside the ring? Because
Hardest fight.
this is like you've been in this for years, and life happens.
Life, because definitely one thing I always say, life be life.
Mhm.
It was just, staying down.
Yeah.
Because like a lot of people don't realize this. You get a lot of critics, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, down talking you, making fun of you, you know what I'm saying, you lose a certain way, you get made fun of. Like the one, you know, the one loss on my record for the pros, I got knocked out in my hometown. At Memorial Hall in front of a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? And it actually sent me to a state of depression. I was in a state of depression for a while, and I had gained a lot of weight and everything, but I'm like, Did something clicked in my head? No, it's not over for you. You gotta get back in there. You get back up. It's hard, you know. So like basically the hardest battle outside of the ring is battling the mental, because you hear the whispers. You hear the whispers. People don't be that necessarily loud about it, but you hear the whispers. It get back to you. You hear what people say, you know, and
then they see you and say hi.
I've had, you know, I told, you know, after what happened, you know, after I got knocked out, I had somebody that I was very close to, in fact, laugh in my face, like laugh at me about it. They thought it was funny. And like, you know, that it wasn't funny at all to me. It actually hurt me, but I played it off, you know, I played it off. It is what it is. At the same time, that person, they didn't understand because they've never been in the ring and they never put themselves in that position anyway. So it's like, I had to, it really helped me decipher like, hey, this is your career. You know what I'm saying? Like, who cares about the crowd?
Exactly.
Don't care, but that's a lot of things with these fighters, or I want to tell these young fighters. Don't be going in there listening to the crowd. You listen to your team and your coaches, and you go out there and do the best you can, and you make up your mind. You don't ever let nobody who ain't never stepped in that ring decide to tell you what you should and shouldn't do outside of that ring. You know, seriously, because people will tell you to give up in a minute, because they, at the same time, they never had the heart to do what you did. What boxers do, you know.
I'm a rather confident person, and you have to get that way. You're still humble, but you're confident. You're confident in your skills. You're confident in everything, and that's what I see. You know what you're doing. The other thing is, keep in mind, and that's for anybody out here doing anything in life. You know, you're the main event. They're in the audience. You know, and you have to realize that and put yourself in. And it's still okay to be humble. Of course you want to be humble, but it's still okay to love yourself and say, hey, I'm this or I'm that, you know, and, you know, keep yourself moving and motivated. Because if you listen to those voices, you'll never do anything.
Nothing at all. And one thing I realized, you know, they're going to talk regardless. People are going to talk regardless, whether you're doing good or bad, whatever. So just live your life. Be for your family, love your kids, and just go for it.
Exactly.
Do what you gotta do.
Exactly. So that leads me into this. What do you still want to accomplish in your career?
I want to become a professional champion, because you know, like that's just that's my goal. I've been a champion in the streets. I did a street fight league. I won that belt. I was a champion in the streets. I was a champion in the amateurs. And now I got to get that professional championship, you know, that way I more so do that for my kids, for my students. Hey, I've been a champion at all levels. It ain't nothing I can't tell you, you know, and it's about the experience, you know, the experience is everything. I want to become a champion and go as far as I can go, you know. I want to do something. I got accolades. I want to have that moment where, you know, I win a spectacular fight. Everybody think I'm gonna lose, and I end up winning. I want to do something like that. That's my goal.
Well, like look at Pitbull Cruz. You know, it was like one day nobody knew him. He got in the ring. He did really well against Tank. You know, he didn't win, but he did pretty good for someone that nobody knew. And then there he is.
Now he's a champion.
Now he's a champion. Exactly.
Like, you know.
So. What does success mean to you now?
Completing the missions, the goals that I set for myself. That's success for me, you know. And at the same time, it's just like, as you know, as many kids I can get in there and make champions, that's success to me too.
Yeah.
You know, that teaching.
You want to leave a legacy.
Teaching the life lessons and being a mentor and helping as many kids get off the street as possible. That's my thing. You know, that's what I'm into. I wanna help as many people as I can. I know not everybody gonna grow up to be a professional boxer,
right?
But you see the lessons and the values that you learn from boxing, and as you apply that to real life, it helps you just because you know you're like, hey, life ain't a game.
Right.
Life is gonna give me what I put in it.
Right.
Just like boxing. Boxing is only gonna give you what you put in it. And a lot of people don't understand that. It's a lot more than what it seems. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more than what it seems.
So now that you're a mentor, you're a coach, who do you look to? Who's like your favorite fighter? Who do you, besides your coaches, who really do you look up to that keeps you kind of going?
Bernard Hopkins.
Yeah.
Bernard Hopkins.
Wow, he's phenomenal,
yes,
right?
Bernard Hopkins.
I was watching part of his videos today, in fact.
Bernard Hopkins and Andre Ward. I say Bernard Hopkins because Bernard Hopkins, he wasn't going down the right path at first, and he ended up doing a lot of time in prison.
Yeah.
But he made up his mind, and he was like, I'm gonna stay disciplined. I'm gonna do what I have to do, and look how great.
I know.
The legacy he left behind.
Yeah.
Andre Ward was one of our last gold medalists. Andre Ward, his dedication to the sport and willing to change his life around, like, hey, the streets is not it. Being in the streets is not it. I'm gonna lock in this, and look how great he became. And then I love how he's a family man. Like, I'm a family man. It's all about. That's what it's about. Like, see, a lot of guys, they get into this for the money and fame and the cars and I'm gonna be able to have all the women. No, I'm not interested in that. I want to raise my family. I want to have my family, protect my kids, you know, be there, give my daughter a great example of how a man is supposed to love a woman, and teach my son how a man is supposed to love a woman.
Support and protect.
Support, exactly. Like that's my thing.
That's wonderful. And at some point I'd like to have your wife maybe on the show too, because maybe, you know, next week or something. Yeah,
that'd be interesting, cool. Yeah. Like, talk to her about what she got to go through.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So and she probably has to, even with food and things like that.
Yeah, she makes a lot of sacrifices for me. Like, honestly, like, I would not be as far as I am in this game without my wife, and I acknowledge that, and I tell her that all the time, because, you know, I'll be like, baby, you changed my life. You know, you really helped me lock in on this dream. You know, because
it takes both of you.
Yeah, I wasn't always like how I am, as dedicated as I am. I was, you know, I had times in my life where I was flipping back and forth in the streets. And when I had met her, she had told me, in fact, she said, hey, look, you know, you do what you do, but I can't live like that. I got a 10-year-old boy, my stepson, he's on the team now and everything, he's boxing and everything now. She's like, I need to give him a good example.
Exactly.
And if you want to do that, that's what you can do. I'll let you do that, but I'm not going to be here. And I'm like, man, this woman, I can't leave this woman alone.
Yeah.
This is a good woman right here. So
and it takes a woman, you know, to sometimes put her foot down to say, I won't be here. You can do what you want, but and it's a good woman to stand, you know, to stand by your side and be there with you. And women have a good intuition too. And so a lot of times, you know, men don't realize, but that woman protects you in many things.
Oh my goodness.
Whether it's a contract or something just doesn't feel right. Maybe they say, hey, 2 weeks here, and you might go like, yeah, let's do it. And she'll go, wait a second, you know.
It's been, I'm telling you.
That's wonderful. Really. That's a great teamwork.
We've had a lot of those moments.
Yeah.
You know.
Where
and
you
sometimes,
talking?
it's sometimes I didn't listen, and I had to learn the hard way. But then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take heed. I'm gonna listen because she is right.
Yes.
You know. And
that's awesome.
Teamwork make the dream work. I say that all the time. You know, teamwork make the dream work.
Yes, awesome. So, is there anything else? We've had a good amount of time, so Thank you very much, but is there anything that you want to talk about that I haven't asked?
No, we
Yeah.
did everything.
Yeah.
We did everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Great
Wonderful.
interview. Great
So,
interview.
yeah.
I loved it. And,
Mhm.
you know, I hope I can inspire some people and
Yeah.
teach some people some things off of this. You know,
Mhm.
because boxing really does save lives.
Yeah, it does. It
Yeah,
does.
boxing saves lives. You know, like it really does.
I would honestly get in the ring if I were
Mhm.
at the age group to do that.
It's just like, you know, at the same time, it's still, you can still train.
Yes.
It's a great workout.
That's
it's a
for
great
sure.
workout. It'll
I-
cut you up fast.
Yeah.
Really cut
I
you
bought
up
a heavy
fast.
bag, and I know
Yeah.
1 minute of just
Mhm.
you know, going at the heavy bag will start making you.
Yeah.
So wonderful. Yeah. So this has been great, Jerome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity.
Yes, I thank you
appreciate
too
the
so
opportunity.
much.
Yes, great opportunity.
But yeah, everybody, Jerome Lambert. Again, if you haven't heard of Jerome yet, you in Racine, Wisconsin, you've been under a rock in the boxing world. Because Jerome is really, he's really something here in Racine, Wisconsin, and we're really proud of you, and looking forward to what the future brings for you and what you bring to Racine too. So,
I appreciate it so
you know,
much.
we're watching you.
Yeah. Like I see and I hear a lot of people talking about, oh, Racine ain't this, Racine ain't nothing. I can't wait to get out of here. It's just like this.
I hear that too.
It's all about who you surround yourself with. It's about what you do. Don't worry about what's going on. Oh, ain't nothing for me to do. Why don't you create something to do?
Exactly.
Why don't you create that?
Exactly.
You know, it's just like, I don't really be getting that narrative where people be saying, oh, it ain't about where you at. It's about what you doing. Honestly,
Absolutely.
that's how I feel about it. You know, some people may feel different, but that's just how I feel about it. I love my city.
I do
I
too.
love Racine. It's a very beautiful place. It's all about who you surround yourself with and what are y'all doing.
I love hearing that because I feel like we have so much here. We have you know, really good people here. I think we have some of the best food I've tried in the nation. We have some of the best pizza, barbecue. You know, you name it, Kringle. I mean,
we have events going 24/7. It's just about putting yourself in the right position around the right people.
Yeah, exactly.
If you do negative things, you're gonna get negative results.
There
if
you
you
go.
do positive things, you look for the positive, you're gonna find positivity.
That's
it's
true.
beautiful. We get the snow, we get the beautiful sun in the summertime. North Beach is a beautiful place. It's like downtown is just
It is. It's wonderful, and things are up and coming. But yeah, it takes everybody to just love the city and you know, try to make it better.
Yeah, exactly. Be a part of the solution, not the problem.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Jerome. And is there anybody you'd like to give a shout out to?
I want to give a huge shout out to my coach Danny and my coach Adrian. Like those two right there. They like coach Adrian. He's from Watertown.
Okay.
But and Coach Danny, he's from Kenosha more so. But these people, these coaches of mine, they saw something in me, and they give me the real. They give me the real 24/7. They're like, hey Jerome, we gotta work on this, we gotta work on that. Not only with my boxing in the ring, but on the outside with real life. Like, and I'm so thankful for them because at the same time, I know I wouldn't be as far in the game and as good as a boxer as I am right now if it wasn't for them.
Wonderful. Yeah.
So that's and another last but not least, shout out to my wife.
Yes.
You know, because she is my #1 supporter.
Yes.
She support me, you know, and she just tell me all the time, baby, I support what you do, but you gotta make that balance. And she's so right about that.
Yeah.
You gotta have a balance in life. Got to.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Well, Jerome Lambert again, and this is Faye's Fight Club. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.